Welcome to the Leyramun neighborhood of Aleppo. How's this for a sight, huh? An entire district of the city abandoned. All of these buildings, the people who worked here, who lived here in this neighborhood, everyone's gone. There are only soldiers here now. It's a war zone. This is basically right next to the front line. And I want you to just imagine how much firepower they had to level, to bring to bear here, to cause this much destruction. You can tell by the buildings how fierce the fighting was here. Just an example, the rebels occupied this building, Syrian armed forces were in this building. And it was street fighting from building to building. They'd run across in an attempt to storm each other. They'd lob grenades, RPGs, rockets. It was hell. It's just moved on a little bit. It's now to the east of us, the front line itself. But this is an awe-inspiring sight, and not in a good way. This bus thrust aside. And here's an example of the kind of weapons that were used here. This is a heavy artillery shell, a very heavy artillery shell. When they explode, so it must have come in from somewhere over there. It came in, and when artillery shells explode, the damage goes forward. It doesn't go backwards. So if you were, for example, 5-10 meters over there, you might lose your hearing, but otherwise you'd be more or less fine. Everybody else in front, though, not so fine. And these are huge buildings. I'm not 100% sure if you can comprehend the scale of this this street from the view you're getting, but it's enormous, and all of it is abandoned. And this is just one street. Leyramun is a huge neighborhood. I'm sure you can hear the fighting, the shooting over to the east of us. There were hotels here, factories, workplaces, businesses, offices. Now, it's all gone. Can you just imagine how long it's going to take to rebuild this? Or how much money they're going to need to pour into Aleppo just to rebuild it? And this is just one city in many cities that look like this. See that wall gone over there? That was probably a tank shot. This down here was savaged. And the most stunning thing is, if you listen, aside from the shooting, the odd motorbike with soldiers, it's absolutely silent. It's so eerie here. And frightening. You know, I've seen places like this all over the world, all over Syria. But this neighborhood in particular, it's frightening. You always say hello. No matter who's in the car, you always say hello, just to be on the safe side.